There are 31 nights till Halloween, which means these are the 31 nights to watch horror films. This is 31 Nights of Halloween.
The Cabin in the Woods is one of the most unique and creative horror movies to come out in the last 20 years. I know I'm not the arbiter of all things horror. I probably haven't seen a lot of horror movies, but in my opinion, what Joss Whedon did with Cabin in the Woods was take a mundane horror trope like a group of kids going to hang out in the dark and scary woods for some unadulterated teenage debauchery, and something's obviously out there and going to take them down one by one. Only the thing is, what's out there isn't out there. It's something's out there, but it's not what it is. See, secretly behind the scenes, a group of people planned this elaborate game where they set this trap where our unsuspecting characters get offed as a sacrifice to ancient gods who will destroy the earth unless they get a sacrifice. Yeah, not everything is perfect, but it is a cool concept. Obviously, somebody came up with this when they were high on mushrooms. Cabin in the Woods works not only because the actors involved are taking the project seriously, but also because it's in the right hands. If given to a different director, it might have ended up as a straight comedy, but fortunately, Drew Goddard was sitting in the director's chair, and he also co-wrote this with Joss Whedon and brought us this new innovative tale that builds up to an awesome third act. I remember hearing that this movie was done and sitting on a shelf somewhere because no one had faith, or no one knew how to promote the movie to begin with, but nobody had faith that the movie would do well in theaters. It wasn't until they realized that two of their stars were in two other movies that were pretty big. So they were like, oh, let's release this right away. So they dusted this off and decided to release it because they had two somewhat popular stars in the movie, and ended up doing, I think, huge numbers. It was like a big success. It's interesting seeing how the studio didn't realize they had something really unique and interesting in their hands. But hey, at least somebody finally came and we got it. They released it and we got it. Cabin in the Woods is a great movie, not only to watch during the Halloween season, but also to have on in the background if you're hosting a Halloween party. Drew Goddard wasn't a well-known name. I mean, I believe this is his first actual theatrical film. He did write a bunch of things and proving he's a good writer during this and after. I mean, he wrote World War Z. He wrote on Daredevil, the Netflix series, which was fantastic. He also wrote The Martian, which I haven't seen, but I've heard great things about. And the last movie he did, I did not hear good things. I think he was the writer and the director. So that sucks. But all in all, that's probably the reason why they didn't want to go forward with him, because he only wrote Cloverfield. He didn't direct it. So this was like his first major film he directed. But it's great, the concept about the idea that not so much the sacrifice and all that stuff, but that there's this little warehouse with all these different monsters, and that this group of people are setting up like these bets and these odds that they have to kill these people, and they take bets on which one, like who's gonna get picked, which was fun. That was the fun part. Is it going to be the tree monster? Is it going to be the snake? Is it going to be, what's the story going to be? That these characters, our characters that we're following, they don't know, but they're the ones it's like a create your own story as you go. What was that? That used to be a Goosebumps books, like you create your own story. Well, that's what they're doing. They're creating their own story, and then there's all these monsters that they can have come and kill them. It's really cool. That's one of the best parts about the film. This is a really fun film. It's a really fun movie to watch, and that's why I said it's great to watch during Halloween. And I'm sure a lot of other people, if you have it playing at a Halloween party, they're going to ask what this movie is and want to raise the volume and see a little bit of it or something, or because they probably have, a lot of people have never seen this. That's why this one is definitely on my list and why I think you should check it out.